And we're back. We're here for a brand new segment of Bitch Are You Serious? What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scattered by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new segment of Bitch Are You Serious? It's been a long time coming. I even tried to revamp this entire segment and make it into Do-Rag Diaries and just try to sprucing it up just a little bit, because I was, you know, in the process of revamping, redoing everything. I changed my name to Scattered by Nature TV. I got all these new segments like Yes for the Mess, Boys Night Out, Whether You Like It or Not panel, the prelude, all of that stuff. So it was just like, you know, I'm gonna redo this and then make it more kid friendly. But you know, fuck that. You know what I mean? Do-Rag Diaries would have been cute, and I only did one episode of it. But I'm just like, if I'm gonna do Do-Rag Diaries, that means I gotta buy all these different do-rags. I only got one, so I'm gonna buy all these different do-rags just to put them on my head when I come in and do a video. Nobody got time for that. I'd rather come in just like this and do my videos the way I normally do them, okay? So that is what this is. This is Bitch Are You Serious? I think it's been a whole year since I've done a Bitch Are You Serious? So we're back again for a brand new season of Bitch Are You Serious? And I have some things to talk about. I have a whole lot of what the fuck moments that have happened in my life. So let's get right on into it, y'all. Let's talk about it, honey, okay? Now, for today's Bitch Are You Serious? We're gonna get into a little thing called workplace feuds, okay? That's what we're gonna talk about, okay? So I've talked about it before, and I decided that I'm gonna do a whole damn video about it. Mainly because there have been some new developments that happened just yesterday, because as I film this, it's Thanksgiving Day as I film this. So the incident happened yesterday. So I decided, okay, why not just start off my Bitch Are You Serious video by starting off talking about that, since it's fresh. And of course, one of my subscribers, one of my greatest subscribers, told me to, why not tell that story on your channel? And the person that told me that was Dynasty Season, okay? I think that's how you pronounce his Twitter name. I love him. He's one of my favorites, one of my subscriber pets. Like, you know how you have the teacher's pet? He's like my subscriber pet. You know, he could get whatever he liked from me, to be honest. So shout out to him. He's one of the reasons why I'm doing this particular video, okay? So let's start it off right now, okay? Late last year, maybe around November or December, there was a new guy in town. But he wasn't necessarily new to the company. He's been working for the company for about 50 years. So that should let you know how old he is. He's about mid-60s, late 70s, whatever. So he came into our store. He's worked at that store before, but, you know, he had gotten transferred to this particular store, right? So, when it all boils down, from the moment he came there, I heard so many different stories about this man. I heard that he was a snake. I heard that he was an Uncle Tom. And I also heard that he would throw you under the bus in a minute, and he does not like to be a team player at all. So those were the high key ingredients of someone that I would not like in the workplace. But being that I'm a person that has his own mind, I decided that, okay, no matter what I'm hearing about him, because everything I'm hearing about this nigga is fucked up, let's just say that I'm going to give him a chance. I'm not going to judge him based off of what somebody else has said, right? So he came in. I had my guards up, don't get me wrong, but I still gave him a chance. I wasn't rude to him. I wasn't disrespectful. Because one thing about me is that if you follow me, because I know a lot of people follow me on Instagram, but there are some people who have found a way to get on my Facebook. So some people that are on my Facebook, y'all see the me outside of YouTube. Because even on Instagram, you might see me post pictures and stuff, but you really don't get to see the me outside of YouTube. But to be quite honest, who you see on YouTube is really who you see in person. But you really get to see that side on Facebook as well. So if you follow me on Facebook, you already know I'm pretty much well-liked. Most people like me. I don't really have no enemies like that. So it's just like I'm a real cool person. Everybody likes to be around me. And that's just facts. Facts on facts, pretty much. So it's like, okay, he came in. I was guarded. But at the same time, it was just like, okay, you know, we good. You know, I'm going to give him a chance. It's going to be okay. I started noticing the things that was said about him becoming true right before my eyes. But I saw him do it to other people that's in our department. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was sitting back one day and I was like, I don't want to judge this man, but everything that everyone has said about him is the facts. It's all facts. It's all true. Everything about it is true. So I just sat back and I watched. And then I noticed that I kept getting in trouble with my manager. Like, I kept getting in trouble. I kept getting into altercations with my manager. And one thing about me is that I am the sweetest person in the world. Let me just tell you, I'm the sweetest person in the world. I don't go for hard. I don't go for bad. I don't act like I'm some tough guy. But I'm not no weak ass nigga either. Let's just make that clear. I'm going to always speak up for myself. So it's like, me working in an environment like that, I've seen, you know, on one of my videos, I said, I'm going to always speak my mind. And people were like, I remember someone saying, well, I guess you don't want a job, or I guess you want to get fired. I don't know why people have this mentality that because you work for someone, that means you're not supposed to have a voice. I don't give a fuck. Like, it's always been like that for me. Like, if I feel like I'm being done wrong, if I feel like someone is treating me poorly, then I have the right to speak up on that. Like, it doesn't matter, as long as I get my point across very respectfully. I may be a little stern, but I'm gonna always say my shit in a respectful manner. That's just the facts, and that's just the truth. Like, facts. So it is what it is. So no, it's not that I don't want a job. It's just that you're not going to be treating me no type of way, and there's not going to be no double standards while I'm around. Like, I can't fuck with the double standards, period. So I was just noticing the shit that he do, and then he started doing the same shit to me. And I noticed that I kept getting in trouble with management. I kept finding myself in altercations with my store manager all the time, constantly finding myself going back and forth, constantly finding us in arguments where he's right here and I'm right here and we're in each other's face, yapping, because he wants to get in my face, but yeah, I got a point to prove, and you're not going to get in my face, you're not going to disrespect me. So I found myself in that position, not knowing that it was him that was causing the trouble. Now, me and my manager have had our disagreements, but it had never gotten to that particular point. It was on it got into a whole nother level. It was on the Christmas Eve. It was Christmas Eve of last year. Me and this man, my manager, got into this big ass fight. Like, got into this big ass argument. We had been arguing. We argued. We got into an altercation like literally 3 times over the course of 3 hours on Christmas Eve. We kept butting heads, and I just didn't understand why was he on me like that. But come to find out, it was Uncle Tom that was on him about me. Like, he was trying to create some strife with me, and I noticed it and I saw it. Then a lie started getting told. I was off one weekend. This man gonna tell the manager that I was a no-call, no-show when his own schedule that I was off. It was some more stuff that had happened that he claimed I was supposed to do it, but I really wasn't supposed to do it, and it was really him that was supposed to do it. So he just threw me under the bus to say that it was supposed to be me so people can take the heat up off of him. You know, doing shit like sneaky shit like that. So he would always say shit that was like, you know, always find himself jumping into conversations that had nothing to do with him, and he would always say shit that he had no business saying. Like, it was around the time stimulus checks was going out, and we were talking about it at work, and he was like, you should give me your stimulus check. You ain't got no responsibilities, you ain't got no kids, you ain't got nothing. How the fuck you know what I got? You know what I mean? Like, why you talking? Or he'll come up to me and say some shit like, I heard you say you will whoop my old ass. Never said that. But I looked at him and I said, sound like something I would have said. You know what I'm saying? Or one day he asked me to help him with something, and he almost fell. And I had no reaction to him almost falling. So when he almost fell, he looked at me and said, I almost fell and busted my ass. If you would have laughed, we would have been fighting. So I said, I hope you know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, you antagonizing me. Straight up. You are antagonizing me. Off the rip. I caught him talking to someone that was of high regard in the company one day. We had like a walk. and I was in the cut working, and I saw him talking to that other guy. And when I looked up, I saw him pointing my direction like this. And while he was talking to the guy, he was looking at the guy like this. They talking. He was pointing my direction and did like this. So when I saw that, I was heated. Unbeknownst to me, somebody else walked past and caught him doing it. So the chick was like, was I? And I said, oh, so I'm not crazy. She was like, you need to confront him, or either you go confront him, or you go talk to management about that, because that's disrespectful. Like, why is he even doing that? And I'm just like, okay, so I'm not crazy then. And then not only that, word was getting back to me about everything that he was saying. Like, he was saying so much shit about me behind my back. So it made the situation even more tense for me. So for me, it's like this. When I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. Like, I don't talk to you. You don't exist to me. Like, I get that we got to work together. We got to deal with each other at a certain point, but I don't want to fuck with you like that. So I'm just going to keep you over there, and then you do your thing. That's it. That's all I can do for you at that point. You know what I mean? So that was it for me. So I was like, okay, whatever. So after a while, the straw that broke the camel's back for me was when a woman came in the store, and he was talking to her, and then he pointed to me and made a joke about my sexuality to the lady, and it was enough for me at that point. So I said, I'm going to confront this man. Like, I've let him slide for months. I've let him slide for months. I can't let him slide another second. So I waited till he went in the back, because I didn't want to confront him on the floor. I went to the back, and I said, listen. And I was like, listen, I don't appreciate being a part of your little jokes. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't even know what I was talking about. So I told him what it was I was talking about. And then, he was saying, I was just joking. Okay, so I won't include you in any more of my jokes. And I was like, it's not really about the joke. It's mainly about the disrespect that you have given me for the last few months. And he was like, I know that you don't care for me like that. And I was like, I don't. Straight up, I'm like, I don't care for you at all. It's not a lie. I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like I do. I don't. And he said, well, why don't you care for me like that? And I was like, well, it's because of the things that you've done. It's the throwing me under the bus. It's the talking about me. It's the speaking of me in a derogatory way. It's the things that I've witnessed. It's the way that you throw everybody under the bus to make yourself look good. It's about you not being a team player. It's those type of things. And I just can't get with that. And so while we were talking, he started to walk up on me. And I was just like, look. Don't walk up on me like that. Like, just, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can talk, but just say whatever you got to say over there. You don't have to walk up close to me like that, right? So, he said that he didn't have a problem with me, but I was just like, well, I don't like you because I don't like what you stand for. I don't like what you give. I don't like the energy that you bring when I'm around. Like, it's just that. And I just straight up told him, I know we got to work together. So I'm going to respect your space and you respect mine. We don't have to talk to each other at all unless it's very important or imperative in regards to work. Other than that, we don't have to speak to each other. We can coexist peacefully. I don't talk to you. You don't talk to me. That's all I asked for. And he said, okay. And he walked off. Now, yesterday, he threw me under the bus again. This is like a month or two after we've had this conversation. So he's throwing me under the bus again to my manager, getting me chewed out. Not only me, but another woman that works in our department, right? So as I said, okay, I'm going to address him. Because the thing is with me, I let things go. And I let it fester, and I let it fester, and I let it fester, and I let it fester until it becomes something huge. Like, it could be the smallest thing. And I noticed that with me. If I don't speak on something right away, it's going to bother me. It's going to fuck with me to the highest degree. It's going to fuck with me, and I ain't going to know how to deal with it. It's going to fuck with me. So I know that if I don't speak up, then it's going to be an issue. It's going to be a problem. So I got to say something. You know what I'm saying? So, bam. I said, I'm going to address him about what he just did. So when I went to the back room yesterday to confront him about it, I came back there with every intention on talking to him like a man and like an adult. Like I came back there with no malice or anything like that. I walked back there and I was like, listen, what happened out there, before I could even finish my sentence, this man yells and screams in my face. Like straight yell, like we hear, and he's screaming at me. And I'm like, don't yell at me. And so he was like, I'm not yelling. I'm not yelling. So me being calm goes out of the window. So I look at him dead in his face and I said, who the fuck you talking to like that? Okay? Who the fuck you talking to like that? Because I didn't come back here with that type of energy. I came back here. You didn't even let me finish my sentence. I came back here to address you about something, and you want to yell and scream in my face? Don't scream in my fucking face and I'm standing right in front of you. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it was. Because at first I wasn't even cursing at him like that until I asked him, until I told him don't yell at me, and then he proceeded to yell at me again. Like when he first started yelling at me, I said, don't yell at me. And then when I said, don't yell at me, he said, I'm not yelling. And I was like, who the fuck you talking to? After that, it was over with. Like, I asked you to stop yelling at me one time. I'm not going to ask you again. So when he yelled at me again, I asked him who the fuck he talking to. Who the fuck are you talking to? And then I said, and if you're not yelling, then what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, why are you yelling? So the louder he got, the louder I got. Like, you want to scream at me, you want to do all this, I'm going to give you the same energy, period. Like, I'm going to give you that same energy. Two people were standing right there watching us while we were screaming and yelling at each other. You're not going to scream. Like, what I don't like is, I don't like for somebody to scream at me, especially when I'm not screaming at you. If I understand if I came into the situation screaming and hollering at you, but then I didn't. I came in talking to you just like I'm talking to my people right now. But you proceed to scream in my face. My mother don't scream at me like that. My dad don't scream at me like that. My brother don't scream at me like that. My sister don't scream at me like that. No one screams at me like that. So what the fuck I look like letting you scream at me like that? So you tell me, get out of my face. That's what you told me, get out of my face. So I said, get me the fuck out of your face. That was wrong, but I said it. He turned around and he walked on up out of there. And I was just like, I was fucking pissed off. Like, don't buck your chest up at me and then think that I'm not going to have no rebuttal. Like, I came back here to address you. You, like, and that's just what it is. I came back here to address you. I was like, listen, what happened out there? All I said was what happened out there. And this dude just went ballistic and screamed in my face. That's one thing you would never do to me, is scream in my fucking face. Like I said, I'm not hard. I don't act like I'm tough. I don't do any of those things. I'm nobody's fighter. I always say I'm nobody's fighter. Have I been in a few physical altercations before in my life? Yes. Did I ever start any of them? No. It's always been a situation where I'm minding my own business and somebody's coming for me. There's only one time you could probably say that I started one, and that was with a guy that was picking on my sister. And I told him, while he was popping crazy on Facebook and shit, I told him, when we see each other, it's popping. When I saw him, I approached him and it was popping. And that's what happened. Outside of that situation, any other situation, it was never me starting anything. It was somebody always starting with me and thinking they're going to punk me. You know what I mean? Thinking you're going to punk me. Because I look a certain type of way and I present myself a certain type of way, people think that they can punk me. You're not going to punk me. You're never going to get a chance to punk me like that. My days of getting punked was over with at the age of 13 when I kicked my bully in the nose and made him bleed. That was the end of me getting punked. So at that point, no one was going to punk me. I will fight with my words all day, but when you put your hands on me, it's another situation. And when you try to challenge me the way this motherfucker did, you don't want to do that. So I told him to get me the fuck out of his face, and he walked the fuck off. Like, don't do that, because in any other circumstance, you'll be walking around trying to say that I'm bullying you when I don't even talk to you. You'll be somewhere saying you're intimidated by me when I don't even acknowledge you, because that's exactly what he's done. He's painted me. That's another reason why I don't like him, because he has painted me as a bully. Like, I'm intimidated by Scotty. I have to walk around on eggshells around him, and I'm just like, my little gay skinny ass. You afraid of me? I'm no one to be afraid of. I'm not even Hulk. I'm no one. I'm just Scotty. I'm not even in the business of trying to fight you. You know what I mean? Like, and first of all, I'm too old for that bullshit. Like, anybody got no time for that. But he took me out of character yesterday, and I just wasn't proud of that at all. And I was beating myself up about it because I really allowed myself to go there and almost get into a physical altercation at work. I never wanted to be one of those people that want to get into a physical altercation at work. But he is one person that I cannot stand, and he is one person that, what I don't like about people is the passive aggression. That's what he does. He doesn't do anything directly to me. He does passive aggressive tactics to infuriate me. You know what I'm saying? That's what he does. And it's also another situation where, you know, when you just don't like somebody, every single thing they do irritates you. And every single thing he does irritates me. I don't like him. and I think that's clear now. I don't like him, and that's just that on that. Period. Okay? So, y'all, I know that he's probably going to apologize once I get back to work tomorrow. I know he gonna be trying to apologize and all that other shit, but I ain't gonna be with it. I ain't gonna be with no apology. Like, fuck you, screw you. I don't want no apology from you. Do your thing. I don't give a fuck about you. Don't apologize to me, child. But y'all, that's it. That was the first episode of Bitch Are You Serious? Be sure to like, rate, comment, and subscribe, and let me know how y'all feel. Do y'all want more of these or not? Because I think I'm gonna give it to y'all again. So it is what it is. They probably gonna be airing every Saturday morning, probably. Okay. So with that being said, y'all, I'm out of here until my next video. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace out.
We can always find our way to a fun moment, even in the shady bunch.